Hi everyone. You hear me talk about the three key things in property investment and development. Now, one of those key things is finding the right building contractor. How do we do that? It's a question people ask me all the time. And there's a few basic hints and tips that I've got for you today to help you find the right building contractor. First and foremost, on your property journey, you need to be able to evaluate a refurbishment yourself. So you need to be able to appraise the property, make sure there's no defects, hidden nasties, or things that are going to cost you a lot of money. And secondly, you need to be able to evaluate the refurbishment accurately. Now, why is this? Well, take it, for example, that sometimes we may need to go on, 10, 15, even 20 viewings, evaluate 20 properties and make 20 offers before we get that first one accepted. Now, do you think any building contractor has got the time or the inclination to go on 20 viewings with the possibility of maybe getting the work? I don't think so. So the first thing that you need to be able to do is to evaluate that refurbishment accurately yourself. How do you do that? Well, it's quite simple. You come to me and I can help you. So if you need help appraising and evaluating properties, drop me a line and I'll be able to help you. Secondly, we need to get out there and we need to find our building contractor in the marketplace. Now, if you don't know anyone, you need to speak to like-minded property people. This all comes about with networking. Again, something I bang on about all the time, networking. So you need to be speaking to fellow property professionals and ask them, who do you use? Who could you recommend? You can jump onto a Facebook group in your local area, a property-related Facebook group. For example, South Wales Property Investment here, our group, you can ask on there and you can say, find me a building contractor. Has anyone got any recommendations? Now, as soon as you say that, bang, 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 a load of recommendations are going to come up. Now, what I want you to do is don't contact the recommendations just yet. You contact the person who has recommended that building contractor and you say to them, hello, have you used this particular person that you're recommending? Now, unfortunately, 9 out of 10 of them will say, no, but I've heard they're really good. That's not good enough. We need somebody to come forward and say, I recommend this person, I've used them, and the results were fantastic. That's great, because when we then approach this building contractor, we first and foremost arrange a face-to-face meeting. It doesn't have to be at the subject property, because if it's still going through the process of the sale, access could be difficult with the agent or the auction. So you can meet them on neutral territory, meet them in a coffee shop, have a chat to them, go with your gut feeling. I think gut feeling is so important. How do you feel upon meeting this person? Could you work with this person? Could you trust this person? And how do you think this person would react if times got a little bit tough, a little bit futile in there? So you've got to make that decision yourself. The second thing which you do is you ask to see an example of their work. Now, any building contractor worth their salt will be carrying out projects as we speak. We'll have just finished projects and we'll have no problem showing you those projects. The only time they would ever decline to show you projects is if the owners of those properties are unhappy with their work. So if they can't show you their work or won't show you their work, time to move on. So we've got to a point now where we've met a building contractor, we feel good about them, they've been recommended and referred by somebody else that they've done work for, and we are now looking at the quality of their work. Did they carry this job out? How does the client feel about them? And how did the project go for both parties? Now, once we've established this and we've spoken to both the building contractor and the person who instructed them, I think we're in a position to instruct the building contractor ourselves. So we then take them to the subject property, we show them the subject property, and we also show them our evaluation, also known as our costings, so they can see what our budget is to do the job. We chat through the job with them and we see whether we feel that we can both work together on time and on budget for this particular project. If we do, we move on to the next stage, and that's where we create a schedule of works. Now, this is vital. We can't go on hearsay. we can't go on our initial chat or meeting on what was promised or said or not said. We need it in writing, so both parties, yourself and the building contractor, know exactly where you both stand. So we've looked at cost, we've looked at timescales, and a detailed schedule of works. Again, if you want to look at a schedule of works, please contact me, and myself or one of my team can run through this with you. We can give you some tuition, some coaching, some mentorship on how to select the right building contractor, because this could make or break your property journey. Thanks guys, look forward to catching up with you soon.